right, guys. I am just so excited for you guys to hear Mallory's story because every day I talk to her, it's just something new. And you guys have heard me talk a lot about our weight loss success stories, and she's had a lot of that already in just like a week and a half. But wait till you hear everything else that's changing for her. So, welcome, Mallory. I'm so glad to chat with you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited.
All right, well, take us back a little bit. When you reached out, what was going on in your life? What was going on physically, mentally that made you decide that this was now when you had to make something happen?
Well, it was the beginning of the year. I mean, early January when I reached out to you. And so, of course, there was a little bit of New Year's resolution type thing happening for a moment. But when I really evaluate where I was tired all the time. I wasn't sleeping well. I was eating whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, into the early hours of the morning, and then feeling not well when I woke up. I wasn't productive at all. I was falling behind in work. My relationship was suffering. I mean, there was a lot of things that were kind of not going very well. And also I had gained a lot of weight over COVID. And, that was the main reason why I reached out to you, was because I wanted to lose weight.
Yeah, I know it's hard to understand how much everything else is going to be impacted until you actually make the decision to move forward. So you pretty quickly, I remember you weren't even like 4 or 5 days in and you started noticing some incredible differences. So just take us back to the beginning of your journey and up to date and tell us what you've experienced so far.
Sure. Well, the night before I started the program, I ate McDonald's at 3 a.m. because I knew it was like the last supper. And I got up and I thought it was going to be the most difficult thing to do. And first, day 1, day 2, day 3, and into day 4 were very simple, very easy, incredibly convenient. And I kind of just dove right in, and nothing affected the progress from that moment forward. So
Yeah. And so how much did you lose your first week?
8 pounds.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Been fantastic. And I know you've lost even some since then, but take us back to the end of your first week, because I know that the weight was kind of shocking to you that you'd lost that much in a week. But I know there's been a lot of other stuff like mindset things that are in your sleep and your energy, all of that. Tell us more about that.
Absolutely. So the weight was certainly a shock. I was very excited, but it was probably day 3 where just out of the blue, felt like my head was clear and I was smiling more. And I was getting up at least an hour before my alarm went off every morning, and I was energized and I wanted to do things. I didn't sit in front of the television, and not eat until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, just not getting anything done. So I was super surprised about that, because what happened was I was so amazed at all of the other things that were happening. I forgot about the weight. I just feel so good. I don't really care what else happens.
I remember when we talked at your 1 week celebration, I think we talked for a good 5 or 10 minutes before I even asked about the weight, because it was also just phenomenal.
And also, and when I tell people about what I'm doing, I tell them about those things first. And of course I get on the scale just like anybody else does or would. But I don't put a whole lot of stock in the numbers. I don't get obsessive over it. And I certainly don't weigh myself every day. So I think that's pretty important too.
Now, what time did you get up this morning?
5 a.m.
Trust me, that's not part of the program. Nobody has to get up at 5 a.m.
Nobody has to get up at 5 a.m. But I was I also, the other part of that too is that I went to bed at 9:30. I'm not staying up super late. I'm tired by the end of my day because I've done so much and I've been up for so long.
Yeah.
So waking up at 5 a.m. today, I'll probably go to bed at a reasonable time and do it all over again tomorrow.
It regulates your sleep cycle. Absolutely. Nutrition is king. Yeah. So fantastic. What's your energy level been like?
Oh, I mean, through the roof. Through the roof. I mean, and it's manifesting itself in sort of a silly way, and kind of goofy. Like I because I'm alone a lot of the time in these early hours of the morning. So, I might talk to myself or, walk around the house. I mean, the house is completely spotless. That's one thing. Laundry is complete and folded, put away in everybody's drawers. The dishes are done. I mean, everything is like, and this has happened in 12 days. And, I'm so much more productive and I want to do it. It's not like I'm going, ugh, I have to unload the dishwasher. I have to fold the laundry. It's like, I'm happy to do things because I just want to be active and do things now.
So I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. We didn't talk. What would you say to someone who's, they know they feel like they need to do something, they want to do something, but they're just not sure it's going to work for them? What would you say to that person? Anything come to mind?
Well, I mean, I think I would say, I would probably start with a question. How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel in your day when you wake up? Because I wasn't very happy with me, and I didn't like the way that I felt. And I think if the answer was kind of the similar thing, I would say, this is not just a diet. This is not just a nutrition thing. I mean, it is nutrition, but it's not just that. It's so much more. And it's changing habits one at a time that were not healthy before. And I think like knowing that this is not a race, that you can take your time day by day, one day at a time, and just, I think it will all work for anyone.
You nailed that question. I didn't even know what you were going to say. And that was just absolutely perfect, because you just said exactly what we say all the time in our coaching community. Yeah. This is truly about healthy habits and replacing unhealthy ones with healthier ones. And fantastic. And you are well on your way. I'm just so excited for you.
Thank you so much. I'm excited too, every day.
We will be sharing Mallory's story all along the way, guys. So stay tuned. Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.